Measure of success is not necessarily on how well one performs, but whether that they've made a difference in the lives of others.
A scene of the lighthouse doesn't do the evening justice, because inside the Sabres' home is a full house to witness Buffalo's confrontation with their former captain. It's all a Twitter inside the Marine Midland Arena as the Buffalo Sabres play host to the New York Rangers for the first time this season. Hi, everybody. Rick Jenner right along with Jim Lorenz, and Danny Gear will be along shortly. Not surprising, there's a sense of apprehension and I guess just about anything else you can think of when it comes to tonight's game, because Pat LaFontaine is in the house.
It was a bit of a circus this morning, I'll tell you, at the morning skate. I've never seen so many people here, and of course Pat LaFontaine, one of the most beloved athletes to ever play in this city, truly a remarkable athlete and a remarkable person. All kinds of emotion in this building, and from Pat LaFontaine also.
Well, I'm getting real excited now. I'm sure it'll be an emotional night, and like I said earlier, I spent 6 great years, and the fans have been tremendous. A lot of friendships, and I think it'll be emotional after spending the time there in the last dressing room and the auditorium. So I have special memories, and at the same instance, I'm thankful and looking forward to tonight's game.
And of course, the Sabres have to worry about more than Mr. LaFontaine, though, when it comes to the New York Rangers. There's another guy in the lineup who's not too bad, huh?
Yeah, he's wearing number 99, as a matter of fact. Of course, Wayne Gretzky, and this may be one of the few times in Wayne's career where the focus was on somebody else and not himself, but he's still one of the great players in the game. One of the Rangers' problems this year has been scoring goals, but Wayne Gretzky has been just making those wonderful passes, and the teammates are not converting them. But Buffalo must control Wayne, particularly in the corners and behind the net.
And the bottom line is, for the Sabres, they've lost 2 games in a row. They have to address that first.
Well, that's right. And Lindy Ruff was saying this morning, we can't get caught up in all the emotion of tonight. We have to go out and play our game, and the Sabres must get back on the winning streak. And to do that, they must start using their assets.
we got to use our speed forechecking, not give them any opportunity to do anything. Get the puck, move it up, move it quick, and when we do things like that, finish checks, we're going to do fine.
We just got to come out with a strong start, and you know, everybody's first shift's got to be the best shift of the night and come out and establish and dictate the pace of this game. We can't come out and take an early penalty and take the flow away from ourselves. We got to go out and shoot the puck like we did in the second and third period of the Philadelphia game. We can't come out slow.
I don't know if you can hear it or not in the background, but boy, oh boy, is this building ready to go here in downtown Buffalo tonight. Let's slide downstairs now to Danny Gare.
Thanks, Rick. I'm here with head coach Lindy Ruff. And Lindy, tonight an emotional night. How do you keep your team focused?
Well, I think it's easy to get them focused. You know, we've lost our last 2 games, and this is a very important game for our hockey team. You know, the things we want to focus on is how well we can play.
One thing, when you look at this hockey club, the New York Rangers, you have a LaFontaine, you have a Gretzky, 2 premier hockey players. How do you shut them down?
Well, we go about it the same way we did the other night. Obviously, when we played Philadelphia, we had Lindros and Leclerc, and you've got to treat those players with the same respect. You know, we got to try to get some licks in on them, and we've got to try to keep them out of the play. And one way is by back checking them and taking away their ice. And I think tonight we got to have 5 guys coming back hard.
Lindy, good luck tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Danny.
Back upstairs to you, Rick.
Well, Buffalo's toughest week of the season to date continues and wraps up on Monday as they'll move to Philadelphia against the Flyers. So far tonight, we've been talking about number 16, but there's somebody else in the Ranger lineup for the Sabres to keep in mind. Sabres hockey is brought to you in part by the new Dodge. See your friendly Dodge dealer near you. By McDonald's. Did somebody say McDonald's? And by Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light, the official beer sponsors of the NHL. Back at the Marine Midland Arena, the Buffalo Sabres and the New York Rangers get set to go. But first of all, we're going to take you to ice level for a very special presentation as the Sabres captain, Michael Peca, makes his way towards center ice.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to center ice, where Buffalo Sabres captain Michael Peca will present a framed number 16 jersey to Pat.November. Pat, this jersey is presented to you in recognition of your 6 seasons with the Buffalo Sabres and the numerous contributions that you and your family have made to the many charities in the city of Buffalo and Western New York. On behalf of Buffalo Sabres and its many fans, thank you.
Feeling, partner, that you know, it's a touching moment, but I have a feeling that number 27 of Buffalo and number 16 of New York Rangers want to get this game underway.
Oh, for sure. I know Pat's talked this morning. He said, it's so emotional and so wonderful to return. He said, I just can't wait till they drop the puck, get this thing going. And Pat LaFontaine taking a moment at the Ranger bench to collect himself. I'm sure that a terrific gesture on behalf of the organization, and I know that Pat LaFontaine appreciated that.
And if he had anybody he had to talk to on the Ranger bench, he could have, if it had been last year, he could have stopped with Mark Messier. Now he'll have to call him in Vancouver and find out, right?
Darn right. Of course, Mark Messier honored before the recent Ranger game in Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
Pat LaFontaine here tonight.
So now we get down to the business of playing hockey as Bukaboom will swing one in. Hasek trapping it behind the net, sails it around on the glass. It's bounced back into the corner again. Over there, kicking it in behind the net. LaFontaine right out in front. They shot the score! Right off the bat, it was fired out in front, and Sweeney puts it away. 16 seconds into the game as LaFontaine set up Sweeney.
I could hear Dominik Hasek yell up here to Jay McKee, no. And Jay McKee gave the puck away behind the net. LaFontaine quickly in front to Sweeney, and the Rangers lead 1-0, 16 seconds into this hockey game. Jay McKee in the corner, a terrible giveaway. And Sweeney moved into perfect position and slid the puck just inside the goalpost. And giving up the first goal early bites the Sabres again here tonight.
So LaFontaine doesn't get it, but he certainly gets the assist to set it up. Shitnik trying to come to center now. He'll dump one in, and he took a bump at center ice, and now it's bounced out of play, so face-off coming up. Rittger starting in goal for the Rangers tonight. 2.58 on the goals against average. And Dominik, as we've mentioned, is the starting goaltender for Buffalo. Samuelson swings one across ice, taken by Finley. He'll dump it in. Hasek helps it around on the boards, not out. Now it's finally pried free and worked to the blue line. Sabres to bring it away again. Worked across to Schmelik. Schmelik bounces one in. Rittger playing it behind the net, fired it around on the glass. Shatan held it in momentarily, but it's tapped away and comes to center. Now flipped off into the corner by Berg. And that one's handled by Hasek around on the boards. Not out. Berg keeping it in. Came in front. The shot. Hasek the save, and he hangs on to the rebound.
Now Dominik Hasek making a good stop, and that puck momentarily got away in the shot by Berg, but he held on for the faceoff, which will be to his left. And a message to the Buffalo Sabres, boys, you want to start the hockey game on your own rink in the opposition's end of the rink. So far, the puck hasn't been over center ice. And the Sabres again down 1-0. That goal came at 16 seconds of the first period. Sweeney, his 6th of the year.
Shannon takes it away in the corner, trying to tap it up the middle, dead, and it's recovered by Driver. Driver lost it, came in front, it swung back into the corner again. Audette couldn't connect with the puck. Worked around to the boards, to the blue line, and tapped out to center ice. Rangers try to come away. That's broken up. And recovered by Buffalo's Holzinger. Holzinger is cut off at the pass by Gretzky. Holzinger swinging through the middle, but Audette couldn't catch up with it. And it'll be dumped right back in again. Shannon slipping it around on the boards. Can't get it out. It's kept in by New York again. Poked back out in front of the net. It comes all the way back to the point. And the shot is blocked by Brown. And Brown tips it up now to Audette with one man back. Audette to the Ranger line. Got it in over the line, but his teammates are changing. Now the Rangers beginning to make a change as well. Back at center ice, Primo trying to pick it up, bumping with Gretzky. And it's finally fed in by Sundstrom. He's recovering again off the glass to center ice. It's taken back. A jam right along the boards. Comes free as Barnaby came across and labeled his check. Vandenbush, who didn't like it a lot. Buffalo trying to get away and finally do. Scooped in over the line in the corner by Woolley. That goes behind the net. Boom gets tattooed by Primo, and it's cleared to center ice. Woolley's got it again. Clearing it to an open wing. Bugner came a mile to try and take out Eastwood. Around the boards again, it comes to center ice. Leetch tapping it ahead. It'll be backhanded in over the line. Hasek scooping it off into the corner. Pass to Primo. Primo got it up on the wing. Hey, got it to Primo again. Dumps one into the corner. And rolls in to Rittger. Rittger getting it around to the boards. Not out. But now it's scooped free and set to center ice to LaFontaine. Got it to the line. Waiting, but didn't wait long enough. And it's offside against the Rangers.
Tonight's Vic deep discount scratches for the Buffalo Sabres include Randy Burridge, Eric Rasmussen, and Mike Wilson. And all are healthy scratches. That means that Dixon Ward is back in the lineup, and he's on the ice now with Michael Peca at center and Daw on the right wing. And this is a matchup that here's Lindy Ruff's going to try to get the Peca line against the LaFontaine line.
Fired in by Samuelson, tucked into the corner. Schmelik comes up with the puck and guns it up ahead to Ward to Peca. Peca hits center ice, taps one into the corner. Rittger came up and put it away, ran into his own man. Back in front, Shitnik a shot, and that one hit LaFontaine. Schmelik keeping it in. Here's Peca in for Daw, around to Ward. Ward looking in front of the net. Ward still got it. Trying to drop it off to Schmelik. He got it to Ward, a shot deflected just wide of the net. And back behind the goals again. Buffalo keeping it in there. Daw got it Sent around into the corner. Daw. Now Ward. Daw's shot. That's knocked out. Peca keeps it in. Around to Ward again. Ward looking in front. Sends it back to Peca. Around to Daw. And he let it slide to the corner. And the Rangers fire it off the boards and down the ice. And Buffalo putting on the pressure, but unable to get the tying goal. And so the Rangers continue to lead it by 1.
Mike Richter living dangerously. A few seconds ago, Michael Peca burst into the zone and spun the goaltender around along with the Ranger defenseman. And the net was vacant for a moment.
Shannon trying to keep it in now. Does by jamming it to the corner. Shatan to Shannon. Took the long shot. Right on. And Richter will handle that one. Just too many Buffalo players hanging around for him to try and get rid of it.
And Miroslav Shatan playing with Derek Plant and Michael Grosek this evening. So Lindy Ruff continues to change his lineup around. This face-off to the left of Richter. Shatan with 9 goals, 7 assists so far this season. One thing you want to do against New York is get the puck in the zone and work the defense. They are not that fast outside of Brian Leetch.
Shannon works it down low, slides it back to the point. A shot by Grosek, knocked down in front of the net. Rangers start to come back again, sending it up to Kovalev. He got checked at the line and it's scooped in over the line by Skrudland, and that's way offside.
Well, Alexei Kovalev started very slow this year for the New York Rangers, but has 5 goals in the last 9 games. He was the first Soviet player ever taken in the first round of the entry draft. First 18 games, no goals for Kovalev.
Buffalo changing up on defense. Free at center. Plant couldn't get away. Shatan dropped it off, but it's kicked free, and the Rangers come up with it now. Driver swings it across. That'll be sent out by Lidster as far as center. Plant trying to get involved there. Kovalev mixing it up, and it's finally dumped in wide of the Buffalo net. Sabres Bugner. The corner. Slipped off the boards all the way to center. Lidster knocking it down for New York. Pass to Berg. He'll just flip it in. Rangers do a change as Woolley gathers it in for Buffalo. Woolley speeding away to center, hitting the New York line. Woolley swings it to the corner, got taken down by Leetch, but he's still controlling the puck in there. Dropped it off along the wall. It slides in behind the net. Woolley got it out in front. Nobody there. Sundstrom gets checked. Sundstrom then finally worked it to center ice, but Brown takes it away to Audette. Audette in over the line, leaving it there, the back end in front of the net. Brown got taken down. No penalty. No penalty called as Curtis Brown got hauled down.
And Curtis Brown looks up at the referee and questions Dan Marilelli. But Curtis Brown, a good burst of speed going into the Ranger zone. He was being hooked from behind and then taken down by the Ranger defenseman. And a good effort by Curtis Brown. And the puck ended up in the goal crease area and held for the faceoff. Faceoff to the right of Richter with 14:40 to go here in the opening period. The Rangers in the lead 1-0 on the goal by Sweeney at 16 seconds.
And the LaFontaine-Peca matchup again on the ice. Peca kicking it free, trying to keep it in there. Got it to Ward. Ward stumps it in behind the goal. Richter came out and working on the board. Schmelik will keep it in. Schmelik got it around behind the net. Ward charging after it again as he bumps in there, along with Sweeney. And it's cleared out and down into the Buffalo end. Schmelik going back after it. He'll get there ahead of Graves. Schmelik leaving it to Zhitnik. Zhitnik comes away now for Buffalo. The pass up the middle was stolen right back by New York. Fired back through the middle again and taken away by Ward. Ward in over the line. Peca looking in front of the shot. Rebound. Oh, and Ward scooped it through the goal crease. Ward's got it again in the corner. Samuelson trying to take him out. Left back there to Peca. Peca swings behind the net. Got it out in front. And that's dumped to the boards finally by Samuelson, but he can't get it out. And jammed in again. Peca charging after it. He holds it in there for Buffalo. Finally, Sweeney comes up with the puck, but he can't get it out, and the Sabres keep the pressure on. Jam free in the corner again. Sweeney trying to work it out, and finally just sends it down the ice. May to pick it up. Both teams completing a change. May off the boards to center ice. Barnaby didn't see it and went behind him. The Rangers trying to bring it back again, but taken away by McKee. McKee fired a pass on the wing, missed everybody, and back after it for the Rangers, Lidster. Lidster around to Driver. Driver guns one ahead. And it's flipped finally to center ice by Stevens. Stevens chasing after it again. May takes it away and then gives it away. And back through the middle. Buffalo's Shannon recovery. Up on the wing, May getting turned around right in front of his bench. They jam in along the wall now. Kick free momentarily. Nobody saw it. Primo trying to go after it. There's May digging for the puck. Can't get it. The Rangers, meanwhile, are making a change. And Shannon works it now to Barnaby. Barnaby banking it off the boards and trying to work it to Primo, but he was squeezed away by Berg. And it flipped up ahead, and May comes across to break it up. Now Woolley lost it, but it's speared ahead now to Audette. He overskates the puck. Primo couldn't catch up with it. Taken away and dumped in finally by the Rangers. Berg to the corner. Brown gets in there to slow up his check. Tip it around on the boards again. Rangers trying to keep it in the Buffalo end and do. Now it's taken away and slipped off the glass back into New York territory. No icing. 8 minutes into this opening period. The Rangers, the 1-0 lead, sent away to center ice. Kovalev leaving it there. Got in with Skoglund in over the line. Skoglund trying to steer it through the Berg. That's poked into the corner, and it's jammed free, and Audette starts back, tripped by himself, but he leaves it to Holzinger. Holzinger in over the line. Taps it into the corner, and play has been called, and back in the Buffalo end, Bill Berg is down on the ice. The Rangers have a 1-0 lead in the first.
And all the offense in this game coming at the 16-second mark of the opening period when the Rangers scored to make it 1-0. Sweeney doing the honors from Pat LaFontaine. Bill Berg has gone to the dressing room. He went into the boards hard, and Bob Bugner then fell against him.
Here's Shannon taking a shot. That doesn't get through, and it's taken away by Boom. Flipped around on the boards. And getting hit with the shot was Keane, and he just struggles to his feet now. Rangers working ahead. Keane getting away at center. Keane gets turned around as he dumps it in. McKee hustling after it, leaves it to Shannon. Shannon will scoop it ahead now to Audette. Audette with a cross-ice pass in over the line and trying to go after it. Brown, he got hauled down again, and Boom got away with that one. Now Keane at center, long pass up to Gretzky. Gretzky cutting back in the middle again, looking for Keane with a shot, and Hasek to save. And behind the net, it comes back into the corner again. Rangers keeping it in there, step back in along the wall. Holzinger flipping it ahead, not out. Sundstrom keeps it in. Sundstrom then gave it away to McKee. McKee unable to get it out of there as he runs into Sundstrom. Poke at it, then it's taken by Shannon around on the boards. Not out. Samuelson keeping it in. Shannon gets it right back. Shannon trying to work it on the wall. Got checked by Gretzky, and Hasek leaves it back behind the net to Shannon again. But Shannon can't get it out. Poked into the corner, and Audette finally catching up with it. Audette just easing it into Ranger territory, and that'll allow Buffalo to make the change. Pass ahead at center ice. Findlay taken off the puck by Ward. Got it ahead, but it's dumped back in the other direction. Sabres with Shipnick catching up with it. Halfway through the first period, Shipnick drills it on the wing. It goes all the way down the ice, and Peca charges after it. Peca in over the line, trying to get her on the outside. Squeezed out by Lidster. Buffalo keeping it into Ward. Ward twisting and turning in the corner. He got taken down, and there's a penalty coming up to LaFontaine. LaFontaine will go for tripping here.
And it was Dixon Ward who was taken down to the ice by LaFontaine. Marawelli sends him off for tripping. And with 9:44 remaining in the opening period, the Sabres will have the first crack at the power play here tonight. LaFontaine knocking down Dixon Ward and goes to the penalty box. Andy Ruff was telling us this morning with all of the hoopla about Pat.Novenber returning and Wayne Gretzky, he said, I'm a little bit worried about the focus of my hockey club. And he said, we have to just start worrying about ourselves and not what the other team is doing and get some wins under our belt. Of course, the Buffalo power play has been helped considerably when Jason Woolley is healthy. Talked to Jason this morning, too. He said himself, along with Alex Zhitek, who he plays the point with, are trying to move a little bit more than they did earlier in the year. In other words, that when they move, they start moving the opposition. And he said just like to get the pass going and our movement going, and then he looks for Donald Adet to the right of the net.
Peca winning the draw. Zhitek leaving it there. It slides in front. Cleared away by the Rangers, and Sundstrom sails it down the ice. Zhitek come up with it again. Eastwood going by, and here's Zhitek coming to center. Zhitek will flip it in, but he did so from center ice, and this will result in a face-off back in his own end.
Jason Daw playing this power play off to the best start of his NHL career. And of course, a couple of good shooters in Daw, and I mentioned Donald Adet, who scores quite a few goals in power plays. But Adet, 5 goals and 2 assists in the last 5 games. And the face-off back to the right of Hasek with 9:22 to go in the period, 1:40 remaining in the Buffalo power play.
And Strudland will take this face-off against Peca.
You talk about 2 veteran penalty killers, Strudland and Mike Keane for the Rangers.
Taken away with Zhitek. Zhitek looking for some room as he'll weave his way through center and gun one in off the glass. Tipped around on the boards, and it's fired right back down the ice again. Hasek being watched by Strudland, leaves it in the corner to Woolley. Woolley drops it off for Daw. Daw from behind the net, leaves it back there, and Woolley stacks away. Woolley to center ice, breaking one up. Flipped into the corner. Daw trying to keep it in there, and does. It came free in the corner. Daw hooked it right across ice. It comes to Woolley. Woolley holding it in, spreading it out now to Zhitek. Zhitek flipping it back into the corner. Woolley in front of the net. The shot fired wide by Adet. Zhitek tried to keep it in. It was picked out of the air by Sundstrom, but he managed to get it down the ice. Both teams are changing. The pass ahead. Zhitek feeding it in. Whitker leaving it back there, and Bukaboom just dumps it off the glass and away in the other direction. A half minute to go in the power play for Buffalo. Trailing by 1. A little over 8 remaining in the opening period. Grosek feeding one across ice. Brent trying to get away at the Ranger line. He goes down, and Keane comes up with it now. Didn't get it out, though. Brent keeping it in, but he flipped it around behind the net. There's nobody on that side. And the Rangers' Leetch takes advantage of that and sends it down the ice. New York with another quick change. Pass to Grosek. Feeding it across. Plant trying to get away at center ice. Dropped it off. After it again. Dribbling it in over the line. Here's Shatan keeping it in there. Stuffs it into the corner. Rangers are back at full strength. Hooked around on the boards. Back for Schmelik. And his shot went wide of the net. Recovered and sent by Sweeney to LaFontaine at center. He got tied up. Finally kicked free, and the Sabres break it up. They're trying to make a change. It's given away, and put to Sweeney the shot. Oh, shoot with an enormous save. But the Rangers keep it in again. Back behind the net. LaFontaine trying to jam it in front. He does. Once more for old time's sake. LaFontaine makes it 2-0 Rangers.
Dominik Hasek makes a brilliant stop on a breakaway. The puck went around behind the net, and the quickness and skill of Pat.Novenber is witnessed one more time as he quickly moved the puck to the front and bounced it in off Dominik Hasek. And Patty Lala is putting on a show here in the opening period with a goal and an assist.
The unfortunate part for Buffalo in this whole scenario is, other than the 2 goals, the Sabres have had the puck mostly in the Ranger end. But they have not been able to get any good scoring chances on Rutger. Now poked in over the line. Primo trying to kick it free. That's jammed around on the boards to center ice. May comes up with it. May scoops it in the other direction. Bukaboom tracks it down in the corner. Bukaboom flips it. That'll end up at center again. Tip through the middle to Barnaby. Barnaby speared it in over the line, but Primo had to clear the zone. Bukaboom to center. He'll wheel one in. Hasek leaving it back there. Shannon trying to come up with the puck. Can't do it. Taken away in the corner again. Rangers Gretzky. Gretzky looking in front. Tried to shovel it in front of the net. McKee got tied up. Couldn't get his stick free. The Sabres got it to the line and out. Finley back there for New York. Kicks it across, then gets a return pass. Finley sliding it all the way through center, and it caroms down wide of the Buffalo net. McKee catching up with it, and we've got a wrestling match going on back in the Rangers zone. It's Finley and Barnaby trying to get their arms free in there. Barnaby and Finley, and they're still grappling along the wall. Now Barnaby trying to roll over on top of Finley, and Finley just hangs on in the corner, and the linesmen stand back. And you know that Barnaby is saying, stay out of here, and Barnaby starts firing the rights on the back of Jeff Finley's head. Finley trying to come underneath with a punch, and Barnaby yelling at the linesman to stay out. And now he jams Finley in there with a left and try to get his hand free again to get another punch. Finley trying to get free as well, and Barnaby still hollering at the officials to stay out. Peca on the boards again. Barnaby got his hands free now, and the linesmen get in there right at the end. The Rangers a 2-0 lead here in the first.
Yeah, Sabres down 2-0 here in this first period. Talked with Pat.November prior to the game, guys, and he said he was very nervous and had mixed emotions. I recall when I turned my first game with Detroit here in Buffalo, and all I received was elbows and high sticks. Well, Pat was presented by Mike Peca, framed Buffalo jersey. A classy move for a classy guy. Upstairs to you guys.
Well, he hasn't been very kind to Buffalo as their honored guest.
He's been stinging them. An assist to start the game, and then a goal here.
Driver takes a shot, knocked down in front of the net, but not out. Held in with Eastwood, trying to jam it free. Everybody grabbing it. Well, finally, Hasek just spears it off into the corner. Work back to the point again. Kept in there by Lidster. It's cleared in behind the net. Islanders after it again, trying to get it in front. Came across ice and is taken away by Audette. Audette's pass doesn't get anywhere. Lidster now to Driver, dumping it across. Scootland will tap it in and head to the bench. Up on the wing it comes to Audette. Audette through center, flinging one in off the glass in the corner. Kept in by Brown, working it around on the boards. Brown after it again. He gets squeezed out, then he takes down his check, and they're going to pin it right there. And Brown and Bukaboom are nose to nose along the wall.
Now, Bill Berg, who went off or was taken to the Ranger dressing room, has been diagnosed with a knee strain and will not return here tonight. Face-off back in the Ranger zone to the right of Mike Richter. Buffalo trying to find some offense here against a New York club that does not have a lot of team speed. The Sabres, although as Rick mentioned, have been in the zone for a great deal of this period, have managed only 3 shots on Richter. LaFontaine on the ice to take this face-off against Michael Peca.
Put in by Buffalo's Daw. He got squeezed out by Sweeney. Bukaboom trying to tie up his check. Pop free in the corner. Ward can't get it, and it's hooked high, and that one ends up going right out of play.
Michael Peca slapped the stick out of LaFontaine's hand. It ended up in the corner of the rink to the right of the New York Ranger goaltender. But that happened just up near the face-off circle. A good draw by Michael Peca. And then he just flicked the stick out of the hands of LaFontaine.
Well, he wasn't so fussy about LaFontaine's stick being between his legs, obviously. Rough back there for Driver. Driver swings it ahead. Graves, long pass through center ice. Shitnik couldn't get it, but Schmelik will. 5 minutes remaining in the opening period. The pass to center to Peca again. Peca in over the line to Ward. didn't get his backhand away. Ward leaving it to Peca along the wall. Into Ward again. Ward sending it back to Peca in the corner. Peca bothered by Driver. He leaves it there. It's clean right in front of Richter. That is to stop that one. Sent away to center. Finally flipped in by Sweeney. Into the corner. Schmelik coming up with a puck. Watched by Graves. Schmelik feeding it up on the wing. Back through center ice. Buffalo to bring it away. Peca feeds it in over the line. Brochik into the corner, charging in after it. His teammates are changing. Richter got it around on the board by Gretzky to center. Picked off by Shannon, and Shannon dishes it right back in again. Leetch charging after the puck. Got it behind the net. Didn't get it. Shatan keeping it in around on the other side. Waiting for the shot. Is just wide of the net. As Plant let it go. Back in the corner, Buffalo Shatan. Shatan tried to get it in front. Gretzky knocked it down. Up to Sundstrom. Sundstrom a pass to center ice. Coming back quickly was McKee. Sundstrom trying to carry on. Sundstrom brings it around to Gretzky. Gretzky looking in front of the net, and he gave it away to McKee. McKee squeezes it to center to Plant. Coming with Shatan. Plant in over the line. It's taken down heavily by Boom. Jammed around on the boards again. Picked up by Driver. Driver working it to center ice. Dropped off to Gretzky. He'll dribble one in. Rangers are changing. Sabres collecting the puck and starting back with Woolley. Woolley sliding through center ice. Now deals it across ice, but it's broken up. And now through the other direction. Butler came a million miles to duck eastward. Here's on deck going right in. Hooked off his feet and taken down. And a hooking penalty coming up to the Rangers. Holy mackerel, did you get the number on that license plate?
With 3:03 left here in our first intermission. Coming up in our first intermission, we'll have a Big Four basketball preview. We'll also go back to the Empire Studios, and Rick and Jim will have their analysis of this first period. Upstairs to you guys.
On a power play for Buffalo, Bob Buchner delivered a huge check in the neutral zone. Buffalo raced into the Ranger end, and Brian Leetch hooked down Donald Adet. That was awfully close to being a penalty shot, as Adet was in on top of the goaltender and was hooked off his skates and never did get a shot on goal.
Spudlin and Holzinger. Holzinger hooks it back to the point. Shipnick fires and scores! Alexei Shipnick one-timer. Lose it by Richter. Power play. It's 2-1.
Well, Buffalo scores a timely goal, down 2-0, and takes immediate advantage of the power play. Zhitnik, a huge slap shot over the right shoulder of Richter. Nobody screening. He just beat the goaltender with a superior shot, and the Sabres are back in this hockey game with a power play goal. Alex Zhitnik beating Mike Richter. Boy, that thing was just perfectly shot, and it was shot hard. But the Rangers with a 2-1 lead with 2:58 to go here in this opening period.
Chopping away at its center. Holzinger didn't come up with the puck, and the Rangers fling it down the ice. This is coming back icing. Sure is. 2:50 left on the clock.
That was Boom who just shot the puck away, and they'll face it off back in the Rangers zone as Alex Zhitnik scores his 4th of the season on the power play. The Sabres jump back in this hockey game with 2:50 to go here in this first period. Jeff Boom, one of the mainstays of the New York Ranger defense, is having an off season up to this point. He is -17 after being among the Ranger leaders in recent years. He's not the only one who's struggled.
Leetch tipping it up ahead. Graves will send it to the Buffalo line. Dumped off the boards. Ward can't get away. He got checked back there. Sweeney giving it to LaFontaine to Graves. LaFontaine, but it went all the way to Hasek, and he looked it right into his glove. Sign on to the Sabres website at www.sabres.com and give us your opinion on tonight's question. Who scored the most shorthanded goals in Sabres history? Was it Don Luce? Was it Wayne Presley, Michael Peca, or Craig Ramsey? And then after the game, sign on to www.sabres.com and find out the results of the poll. LaFontaine getting it back to Leetch, the shot, and he gunned that one just wide to the short side. Ward trying to spin it out to center ice and does. It's tapped all the way back now where Leetch recovers and flips it over. Bookaboo to LaFontaine. LaFontaine works it to center and slides it ahead into the Buffalo end. Shannon catching up with it in the corner. Graves watching him. Shannon sliding it on the wing to Daw. He fanned on it, didn't get it out. Graves keeping it in. He's taken down by Shannon, and Shannon will get the penalty for dropping Adam Graves.
Well, Adam Graves trying to go around the outside of Daryl Shannon was tripped up. And Merwelli sends him to the penalty box. So with 2:01 to go in the period, the Rangers will try on the power play. Adam Graves, one of the stronger skaters in the NHL, was just tripped up by Daryl Shannon. The faceoff will be back to the left of Hasek. Gretzky comes onto the ice. Leetch, one of the NHL's premier point men. Matt Barnaby still in the box. Of course, he was involved in a fight earlier in this period. Talked about players who are struggling, though. Brian Leetch is having a difficult time of it this year also. His plus minus is, or his minus is way up there, minus 22.
Well, the Rangers keeping it in on the face-off now. Tipped across to Leetch. Leetch shovels one into the corner. Hasek helps it around, but didn't get it out. Rangers keeping it in. Tipped around on the boards. Gretzky sending it back. Kovalev took his shot, and that one finds glass in the corner. Buffalo breaking it up and sent all the way down the ice by Buchner, who had his stick held, and now Buchner is trying to go back at Kevin Stevens, but they separate. Across ice, Leetch getting away. Leetch into Buffalo territory, checked in the corner. Spin around on the boards, not on. Rangers keeping it in. Sundstrom back to the point, long shot, deflects wide, and Schmelik guns it around on the boards, and it goes off a player and right into the Buffalo bench.
Richard Schmelik, very valuable in penalty killing situations because of his play in front of the net, and of course 99 is of great value to the New York Rangers. But the faceoff will be outside the Buffalo blue line with 1:15 to go in the period. 1:15 remaining in the penalty. LaFontaine back on the ice for New York. He has a goal and an assist here in this opening period. Peca and Dixon Ward up front to attempt to kill off this penalty and the period.
Leetch coming up with it back at center ice. Getting it across for Driver. He'll send it in on the glass. Around on the boards. Tap but not out. LaFontaine keeping it in. Now it's worked back to Leetch again. Leetch swings across ice to Driver. His shot deflects in behind the net. Rangers trying to get it in front. Schmelik tipped it back in along the boards again. Graves rolls it around to Driver. Driver keeping it in across LaFontaine. Didn't get the shot away, but he still got the puck. LaFontaine spinning around. Got it beside the net. Hasek the save. And it rolls wide of the net again. Graves is taken down. Driver keeping it in. Driver back to Leetch to LaFontaine. LaFontaine to Leetch again. Leetch takes a shot. Knocked down in front of the net. A rebound. Back to Leetch. Another shot. Deflected just wide of the net. Recovered by Peca, but he can't get it out. LaFontaine keeping it in. LaFontaine works it around on the boards. Bothered from behind. Tipped back into the corner again. It slipped out in front of Graves. Didn't get his shot away. The Sabres still don't get it out. Now Schutnik will smack it out to center ice. 8 seconds remaining in the period. And over the line is Leetch taking his shot. LaFontaine cleared it in front. Deflected just wide. Schutnik around on the boards and down the ice. That kills the penalty and the period.
Now the Buffalo Sabres, after being down 2-0, score that power play goal, a huge goal for the Sabres to get some confidence and momentum in their favor. And a very entertaining period here at the Marine Midland Arena.
The period ends up with the Rangers out shooting Buffalo 8-4. But Buffalo comes back after the Rangers jump in front by a 2-0 count. And the Sabres get on the board and have the margin. Sabres hockey is brought to you in part by Budweiser. who remind you fresh beer tastes better. By the Document Company, Xerox, and by Tops. Tops never stops saving you more. Ready for the second period here at the Marine Midland Arena. Boom at his own line, lost it, kept in by Peca, long shot, but he hit Boom with it. Ends up on Zhitnik's stick at center. He fired it ahead. Here's Peca in over the line. Peca looking for Daw, hit a skate, and the Rangers start back again. Worked away to center ice. Kovalev in over the line. He leaves it back there. Worked around on the boards again. LaFontaine drops it off to Graves. Stuffing it behind the net. Zhitnik quickly into the corner. Sweeney to LaFontaine again. He's taken out. Came right out in front. But it's recovered and hooked up on the wing through center ice. Daw racing after it. Trying to get there ahead of Driver. Daw took it away, leaving it to Peca around the Daw. Back to Peca. Driver broke it up. Now Peca keeps it in there. Finally, Driver comes up with it in the corner. And he'll slip it up on the wing. Long pass through the middle to LaFontaine. Goes all the way to Hasek. Stepped around behind the net. Shannon for Ward. Ward didn't get it out. Rangers keeping it in again. That step back into the corner, and Ward gets another try. Ward swings it around the boards. Tipped to the corner, and now fired out to center ice. Holzinger wasn't moving, however, and then he just eases it down, and that allows Buffalo to complete their change. Drifted around on the boards. McKee back at center. McKee for Audette. Audette zipping one in. Up for Lidster. Instead, poked by the goaltender around on the boards. Keane chasing back into the corner. They got it around. The Driver on the other side. Worked out to center ice. Done through the middle onto Gretzky's stick. As he flings one in. Shannon catches up with it. Watched by Keane. Leaving it to McKee. McKee sliding it for Brown, but Brown can't get it out. He's trying to tie it up. Eastwood spears it away into the corner. Eastwood after it again. They poke at it, and it's taken down by Brown. Brown for Buffalo, works it as far as center, gets squeezed out there. Holzinger helps him out. Holzinger curling around with this long shot that goes wide of the net. That got it back to Brown, didn't get his shot away. Worked off the boards. Kovalev attempting to get it to center and does to Leetch. Leetch hitting the Buffalo line, slicing one off into the corner. Flat got it behind the net, didn't get it out, goes after it again. It's tipped around to Audette, but he lost control of it. Audette in the corner, jamming it around behind the net. Sabres recover, and Woolley feeds it through center ice. Leetch giving it to Bukaboom. Bukaboom gains center, deals one off into the corner again. Graves trying to go after it, didn't come up with the puck, but it's knocked out. Kovalev keeping it in, came right in front. The rebound is tapped wide by Graves. Taken away by Grosek, but he got checked and it came out in front of the net. Now hooked ahead to flank to Grosek. Grosek to the Ranger line, stuffs it into the corner, trying to chase after it. Shatan does. Sent around to LaFontaine. He flipped it ahead and it's cleared out to center ice. They're given away for Zhitnik. Zhitnik uses the board, sending it to center, flip back in the other direction. And over the line to Sweeney. Sweeney gets taken out on the wall. Graves going after it. He's all tied up. Graves, though, comes free with the puck. Here's Graves with a shot right on rebound, just wide of the net. Jam back behind the net. LaFontaine trying to work it in front. He gets taken down. It's poked around on the boards again. Not out. Rangers Lidster keeping it in there. Sending it into LaFontaine. Came right beside the net again. Henley poked in the other direction. LaFontaine picks it off in the corner. He tries to work it in front, but inadvertently knocked it to center ice. There to pass for Lidster. Lidster tips it and sends it down the ice, and this one will be coming back racing as Schmelik catches up with it almost 4 minutes into the second period. Rangers have the lead by 1.
New York Rangers with a 2-1 lead here at the Marine Midland Arena. 16:09 remaining in the second period. This faceoff is back in the New York zone to the right of the goaltender.
Primo out with May and Barnaby. It's good. It's just to get into position. We'll take the faceoff. Primo got it back, though, to Woolley. Long screen shot, kicked away in front of the net. May trying to keep it in there and does. He'll rattle it back into Primo behind the goal. Primo turning, looking in front, drops it off to Barnaby. Barnaby spinning around. Here's Barnaby. He leaves it to May in the corner. Now to Primo, knocked back to the point. Booked a long shot, skipped just wide of the net. Woolley trying to keep it in there and does. After it again. Bounces up in the air. Eastwood sailing it back for Driver. And Driver deals it off the boards and all the way down the ice. Woolley will catch up with it and nobody else has to move because it's going all the way back into the Ranger end. Let's go downstairs now to Danny Gibb.
Well, thank you, Rick. Talked with associate coach Don Lever after that first period. He said their hockey club has to make better decisions in their own end. 2 bad giveaways resulted in Ranger goals. He did feel, though, that they carried the play territorially in the other zone. He said they have to continue to use their speed against this Ranger D. Back upstairs to you guys.
It's one of my keys anyways tonight is to take that Ranger defense wide and trying to use your speed to create the scoring chances, and also you use your speed to forecheck because that New York defense is not that quick outside of Brian Leetch, and their forwards really are not that fast.
Behind the net, it's jammed around on the boards again to the blue line and finally flipped to center ice. Brought into the Buffalo zone and a quick shot that Hasek handles. He saw that shot from Stevens coming all the way. Spend your holiday season with the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres have 6 home games on tap from the 19th of December right through until the day after New Year's Day. And they play host to the Colorado Avalanche. It all begins with the Montreal Canadiens on December the 19th. So you can pick and choose throughout the entire holiday period. Skrudland is out there on this face-off for New York against Plant. Kick out of the circle, tip to the blue line, and it eventually goes to center ice. Scoop right back in again. This is going to be an offside. The puck ends up in behind the Buffalo net.
Just watching Brian Skrudland on that face-off. Of course, the rules state that the away team must put their stick down first before the puck is dropped. But Skrudland would not do that. He waited until Derek Plant put his stick down. The old veteran. Now, sometimes I'm sure Derek knows what the rules are. If Derek feels comfortable doing that, that's okay. But oftentimes a veteran face-off man will psych out an opponent.
Tipped off the boards now. Boom flips it up ahead. It's left back there by Skrudland. Pass going through center ice. Brought ahead now, in over the line. Rangers moving it in. Kovalev tried to get it into the corner. And it's taken back again. Boom flipping it free. Kept away by Stevens. He couldn't get anywhere. Kovalev twisting around. Kovalev then just promptly gave it away at center ice. Shatan swinging one in over the line. Richter leaving it behind the net. Boom picks it up. Boom, 5.5 minutes into the second period. Deals it around to Finley. And this one is tipped down the ice, and this is going to come back. Another icing call against the Rangers as McKee picks it up.
Well, the Rangers certainly are not trying to make any fancy passes coming out of their own zone. That's the second time this period they have iced the puck.
Partner, I just wanted to point out that this is a disaster weekend in Greensboro, North Carolina. The reason being that the Carolina Hurricanes tonight are playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tomorrow night, the Carolina Hurricanes are entertaining the Colorado Avalanche. Now, you got a hurricane, you got lightning, and you got avalanche all in 24 hours. Now they're ready for the face-off. Holzinger couldn't control the draw, but tapped it over to the boards. Slipped along the wall again and taken away by Sundstrom. Sundstrom will roll it ahead. This will be back to the blue line. Not out. Brown keeping it in. Here's Curtis Brown with a shot. Right on. Richter the save. Kept in there by Audette. Audette twisting around again, trying to hold it in. Leaves it back for Holzinger to Audette, who's taken down by Sundstrom. Gretzky recovering. Gretzky will slip it across ice, and it comes to the blue line, but not out. Shannon broke it up. Now to Gretzky. 2-on-1 in over the line. Gretzky the shot, and he fired that one off the glass. Finley poked it in. Here's Gretzky hiding behind the Buffalo net. Cleared ahead, not out. Long shot by Leetch goes wide. Sent around on the board. Sundstrom can't get it. Brown does. Brown down to Audette at center, back to Brown, and over the line. He couldn't get it across ice. Shannon takes it away, and then Shannon backhands her right into the open door at the Buffalo bench.
Well, the gate was open, and that's where Daryl Shannon shot the puck. Wayne Gretzky, after a perfect pass, a perfect lead pass from Brian Leetch, tried to beat Dominik Hasek high with a slap shot. Couldn't do it. 7 straight seasons of 150 or more points. Wayne Gretzky took a quick glance to his right and saw that Sundstrom wasn't up on the play and just whistled a shot over the shoulder of Hasek.
Hasek wasn't giving him a whole lot of net. He was well out.
And Hasek, of course, knew that Wayne did not have a player to pass to, knew that number 99 had to shoot the puck. So game going on between goaltender and shooter, and that time the goalie won.
Finley got it ahead as far as the blue line. It's tapped back in, however, and this will result in an offside. 13-18 remaining in the second period, and all the goal scoring coming in the first 20 minutes. Leaves the Rangers in front 2-1.
Dominik Hasek with 8 shots on goal in the opening period, 2 here in the second. Last season against the Rangers, a win and a loss, and an even 4 goals against average.
Pass to Samuelson. He'll whistle it off the boards to the line. Ward kept it in, however. Daw couldn't catch up with the one. That one deflects right to Ricker.
Well, one of the matchups tonight, of course, Mike Peca against Pat.November.
I'm sure it's going to be a nice feeling for him. I'm sure it'll be a little awkward at first. You know, spending quite a bit of time here and what he's done for this organization in this city. I'm sure you know, he's going to feel a lot different than the guys in here.
And working time it is as the Rangers will get it to center ice, but Schmelik will pick it off. Got it back in over the line again. Hooked in now to Daw. He took it off his back to the point to Schmelik. Took his shot. That one deflects wide. Around to the boards. Sweeney leaving it at center ice. Putting it over the line now. Lidster leaving it to LaFontaine. Trying to come wide. It came in front, but he lost control of it. It's banked off the boards to center ice. Lidster dealing it ahead. LaFontaine with a touch pass to Graves. He couldn't get anywhere. This will be wheeled back into the Buffalo end. LaFontaine going after it. Shipnick takes him out. Squeezes him into the corner. It's fed around to Daw. Daw to center ice. Ward could not catch up with the puck. Buffalo's trying to make a change. Pass to Lidster. Sabres are changing. Lidster now in over the line, but that was clearly behind Stevens. It's way offside. The Rangers are in front by 1. They'll drop the puck very close to center ice, and it'll be tipped in wide of the Buffalo net. Eastwood in the corner, got it out in front, but it slides around to Barnaby. Barnaby twisting around, sails it behind the net, off the glove, into the corner again. Really getting tangled up in there. Rangers, Kovalev going behind the net, right out in front, and it's knocked away by Hasek. Here's Barnaby trying to work it out. Got it to the blue line, not out, but it's picked off and slipped ahead to Woolley. Woolley, a pass through center, too far. Rangers trying to come back again. It's just tapped down the ice. New York does a change. Bugner to May. May goes on line up to center ice to Barnaby. Barnaby floating it across. Here's Bugner waiting for his teammates to start changing, and now he guns it in. Barnaby is there first, tried to tip it in front of the net, picked up by Bukaboom. Bukaboom to Keane, to Gretzky. That's taken away. Swung back through center ice again, but intercepted and flipped off Shannon's pass. Shannon out of McKee. McKee got his fire center to May. May swings one into the corner. Audette charging in there. Audette steals the puck. Got it in front to May. Backhand, and he fired it wide. Set around on the boards to the blue line. Kept in by Buffalo right in front of the net. Audette going after it again with a shot. He timed it through the goal crease. McKee keeping it in. Tucked it back behind the goal. And the Rangers will work it ahead to Kane. Out at center it comes now. Sundstrom gave it away to Holzinger. McKee flips it off to Shannon. Shannon takes a peek, finding McKee up on the wing to Brown. Back for Shannon again. Shannon, a back pass, got it to Audette. Audette to the Ranger line. He clears it to Brown in front, and he couldn't get it around to Holzinger. Tipped in there by Buffalo. Finally recovered by Strudlin. His pass ends up going to center ice, and Zhitnik is there to gather it in. Zhitnik feeding it right back in. Winter tried to pick it out of the air. It's sent to center ice. Covered with Schmeling, clearing it to an open wing. Strudlin for Bukaboom. Bukaboom feeding it ahead. Pass through the middle now. Misses everybody down the ice. And Hasek must play this one, and he gets it up ahead to Plant. Dealing it through center to Shatan. Shatan clips it in over the line and races after it, but lost control. Back at center ice. Grosek coming off the bench. Feeds it across ice. Worked ahead, but it's going to squirt out of play and end up in the penalty box area. Sign on to the Sabres website tonight at www.sabres.com and give us your opinion on tonight's question. That is, who scored the most shorthanded goals in Sabres history? Don Luce, Wayne Presley, Michael Peca, Craig Ramsey. And then after the game, you sign on again and you'll find out the results at www.sabres.com.
Well, a total of 6 shots here in the second period with 9:41 remaining. 3 apiece. Not a whole lot of offenses. Both clubs tightening up defensively. Pat LaFontaine on the ice again with a goal and an assist tonight, and Zhitnik has Buffalo's goal.
Peca tried to come up with it at center, but he was slowed down by Finley. Will be rolled ahead to the blue line, stolen back by Ward. Ward trying to duck away, checked from behind by Graves. It's tapped in by Schmeling, but it will be called on an offside. We're 9:23 to go here in the second period.
Richard Schmeling teamed with Alex Zhitnik, and those two guys often play against the opposition's top line. Remember, I was trying to make a big issue about the stick that Jason Daw was using the other night, and I went through this long explanation about how light it was, and it was the first time he used it, and it was packed with styrofoam, and we got a shot of the stick, and it wasn't that stick. Well, Jason gave me another story tonight. He said he tried that stick in the warm-ups, didn't use it, but this is a Nike stick that he uses, also very light, and it's also a texture that he's able to grip it well with his hands. He said on the wooden sticks he has to put almost like pine tar on it. He likes to get a firm grip on the stick. Well, he doesn't have to put any substance on the stick he's using tonight.
It's kind of like my story about the Japanese.
Yeah, that's the bamboo. I was still trying to figure that one out.
Well, Buffalo can't get the puck out. It's kept in there. Bugner wrestling with his check along the boards, and it squirts free now to Primo. Primo getting it up ahead to May. Back it comes to Woolley. Cutting in, took his shot and fired it wide. Sent around to the boards. Rangers clear it through center, but it misses Vandenbush and goes all the way down the ice. Well, Buffalo to try it again to Woolley. Woolley sliding it up to Primo, hitting the Ranger line and over. Primo around the outside, and he finally got taken out, and Leetch will send it up on the wing. Dumped off into the Buffalo corner, off the board. Zhitnik catching up with it, and this will be slipped off the glass back to Ranger territory. And now whip back in the other direction, where Zhitnik carries on, hitting the Ranger line and over, leaving it there to Holzinger and to Zhitnik. Zhitnik works it around to the boards again, keeping it in for Buffalo, flinging it around to Holzinger. Holzinger ducking away from Bukaboom, leaving it down to Schmeling. Schmeling got grabbed and hauled down by Bukaboom, and the Rangers send it to center ice. Back in the other direction. Right back in again. Offside, however. Holzinger is ruled, and a face-off coming up. 7:55 left on the clock here in the second period. Rangers still lead it by 1. A festive atmosphere at the Marine Midland Arena tonight. 3 goals in the first period. McKee tried to get it to Shatan. That'll go to Leetch, and he'll flip it back in around behind the Buffalo net. Hasek off the boards to Grosek. Grosek got away from Gretzky, but pass went all the way to center ice. Now tapped back in again, brought back in over the line. Keane trying to go after it, checked by Shannon. Keane put it in behind the goal. Shannon trying to knock it away. Sundstrom's all over him. Shannon took it away, but can't control it. Came back out and went all the way to center ice. Libster, his own blue line, flipping it up to Keane. He got it to the Sabres zone. That's back at center with Grosek leaves it. Shatan, Plant, in over the line, shoots one, Derek Plant, all too hot to handle for Mike Richter, and the Buffalo Sabres have come from behind to tie it at 2.
That was an interesting goal by Derek Plant. It looked as though he faked a slap shot, continued the stick moving, and then snapped the wrist shot. Buffalo getting a rush through the neutral zone, and Plant, that's what he did. He made like he was going to slap the puck, just hesitated an instant. He was worried about the defenseman getting his stick on the puck, and then drilled it off the glove of Richter. That was Lidster who put his stick down. Derek, I'm sure, was thinking, if I take the big slap shot, it will deflect it into the crowd. Was that ever the right decision?
Bugner trying to get away at center, and he dumps one in. Around on the boards. Rangers flipping it to Kovalev. Got it to center ice now to the Buffalo line. Chasing after it, and in over the line was Stevens, taken away by Bugner. Bugner for Woolley. Woolley back in the corner. Swings it off the glass. It ends up at center ice. Driver feeding it ahead. Stevens comes back in with a long shot, missing. Sent around on the boards. Rangers keeping it in, though. Here it is. Came out in front of the shot. Right on Hasek to save the rebound. Still in front of the net. They can't get it out. Another whack at it. Goes wide. Work back around on the boards. Rangers keeping it in. Now it's broken up but not out. Strudlin keeping it in to Stevens again. Brown's on him in the corner. They wrestle. Strudlin pries it free. Strudlin, oh, they gave it away. Worked up the middle again. Again, can't get it out. Finally does. Pass ahead. Oh, and it goes all the way down the ice. It was behind Holzinger, and this will be icing against Buffalo.
Now Buffalo with 4 shots on goal here in the second, a total of 8. And the Rangers 4 shots, a total of 12. But the Sabres are carrying the play, and you can see the difference. I mentioned speed tonight. The Rangers do not have it, the Sabres do. And that's how Buffalo, or what Buffalo must use to win this game. We talked at the beginning of the show about the Sabres using their assets, or beginning to use their assets, and they're doing it here tonight. Big stop moments ago by Dominik Hasek as the play came out from behind the net. It was Kovalev, 15 feet, and Hasek made a big stop.
Peca winning the draw, slipping it back to Zhitnik. Zhitnik rings it around to Peca again. Peca feeding it behind the net. It's Schmelik up on the wing. It comes. Dawes pass through the middle is picked off. Got back in the other direction. Now banked in off the boards. Schmelik coming up with it, tailed by Graves. Schmelik to the corner. Peca hooks it off the boards to center ice. It's knocked down, flipped in the other direction, and now scooped in over the line by LaFontaine. LaFontaine leaving it there. Cleared around on the boards. LaFontaine can't get it. Buffalo 3-on-2. Zhitnik up now to Ward. Ward over the line. Petey cross ice, but it went behind Dawes. It deflected. Brown can't catch up with it in the corner. Driver takes it back. Driver flipping it to LaFontaine. He gets challenged, but he managed to clear it out to center. McKee finding Peca. Peca goes across ice pass to Daw. Couldn't connect. Shannon comes up with the puck to Peca. He'll tip it in, and Buffalo will make a change. Found on the boards. Dribbled up ahead to Keane. 5 minutes remaining. Second period tied at 2. Up to the Buffalo line. Cleared in the other direction by McKee, and this is going to make it over the line. It is going to be icing. And now Barnaby took a chop in the chops from Strudlin in the corner. All even at 2.
4:54 left here in this second period. Coming up in our second intermission, I'll be talking to the great one, number 99, Wayne Gretzky. We'll go back to the Empire Studios, and Jim and Rick will have their analysis of the second period. Upstairs too, guys.
Well, Buffalo with the only goal in this period, and that knots it up at a deuce apiece. Sabres are down 2-0. Eastwood trying to kick it free, but it ends up on the stick of Shannon. Shannon away to center. He'll launch one into the corner. Barnaby racing in after it, tipped it around behind the net. Swung around on the boards, however. And there's a penalty coming up here. Primo going after it. Driver gets the puck, and the Rangers are going to be shorthanded. Interference.
With 4:36 remaining in the second period, Sabres, the last time they had the man advantage, Zhitnik drilled a slap shot by Richter to put Buffalo on the board tonight. That made it 2-1. And then Derek Plant, a couple of minutes ago, put one in off the glove of Richter to tie the score. 2 minutes for interference. Talk about the Buffalo speed, using it forechecking, and that time Driver, or I beg your pardon, that's not Driver in the penalty box, it's Vandenbush tripped up the Buffalo forward Primo and goes to the box, and the Sabres send Peca, Adet, and Daw onto the ice up front.
Vandenbush has a little cut by his eye, but it's not bothering him any, and he doesn't want any attention at the moment. Apparently, she's staying in the penalty box.
Now look for Buffalo, try to get the puck down low to Adet. He loves to drift around near the face-off dot, and one time the shot coming in. He scored a couple of power play goals that way this year.
However, the Rangers win the draw, and Leetch finds an opening and sends it right down the middle. So Buffalo will regroup. Zhitnik back to gather it in. Starting away ever so slowly. Now he'll come to center ice and bend one in. Tipped around to the boards. Adet trying to hold it in there, but the Rangers break it up, and Keane sends it through center. Knocked down and recovered by Daw. Daw turning and ripping right back again for Buffalo. Daw leaving it to Peca. Peca drops it off the Willie to Peca. Peca hanging on to it. Top of the circle into Adet to Peca again. Peca top of the circle again. Cleared it across ice and went off Zhitnik's skate. Chipped around behind the net. Adet got taken out. Daw trying to tip it into the corner. Sundstrom comes away with the puck and slides it ahead to center to Eastwood. Eastwood to the Buffalo line and over with a shot that goes wide of the net. Look back into the corner. Eastwood taken up by Woolley, and Adet's got the puck and starts away. Sending it up on the wing to Peca. Cross ice pass to Shannon. Shannon in over the line. He'll bang it around behind the net. Fired by Driver on the boards. Not out. Sabres keeping it in. Zhitnik drops it off. Cross ice pass to Shannon. Shannon looking in front. He's playing. Ooh, the just missed. In behind the goal. Driver tipped it away. Didn't get it out. Kept in there. And now a penalty coming up. Tripping will go to Adet.
And Donald Adet tripped up Bruce Driver just to the left of the Ranger goaltender.
Maybe Chatin, partner.
Or it is Chatin, I beg your pardon. We've just received a report that the Rangers' probably most consistent defenseman this year, Ulf Samuelsson, is gone from the game with bruised ribs. Well, the Rangers...
I lost Bill Berg in the game earlier.
Berg was banged into the boards and strained his knee. Miroslav Chatin trips up Driver as Driver was going after Donald Adet or Michael Peca. And so we'll play for a side here with 32 seconds remaining in the Buffalo or in the Ranger penalty.
And 3 minutes and a little bit to go in the second period. Trying to pack to the gills crowd at the Marine Midland Arena. Plant slides it to the boards, goes after it himself, traded it in over the line, but gets taken out by Driver, who tries to kick it away. He can drop a hat over 4 of them right now, and it finally squirts to center ice to Shannon. Shannon slipping it ahead, cross ice pass to McKee. He'll gain center into Ranger territory, try to dump it in front, one into the corner. Holzinger kicking at it along the wall, after it again. Holzinger still fighting for the puck, but he got tied up in there by Finlay. And the Rangers Driver send it to LaFontaine. Rangers have the man advantage. Brought in over the line. Here's Vandenbush going after it. Vandenbush into the corner now to Graves. Graves lost it. Hasek got it around the other side, but it's kept in by New York. Done by Kovalev to the corner. Fed back to the point. Into LaFontaine. LaFontaine curling around. Top of the circle. Got it in front. Quick shot. Hasek got a piece of it. Ends up on LaFontaine's stick again. Sending it back into the corner. Pass out in front. The shot. Hasek with an enormous save. Hasek just robbed Kovalev. Leetch to pick it off. 45 seconds remaining in the Buffalo penalty. Leetch through the middle, slips it up. It goes all the way down the ice. Hasek flips it, but doesn't get it on. LaFontaine kept it in there. LaFontaine tied up by Bugner. Now it comes back to Leetch at the point. Leetch swinging around, dumps it to LaFontaine. Big the shot, got it in beside the net, right out in front. That one is grabbed and held by Hasek.
Now some alert goaltending by Dominik Hasek. He was particularly sharp on the point-blank shot from Kovalev, which he stopped with the right blocker. And this puck, as the Rangers moved it around for another one-timer, hit a couple of players in front of the net, and Hasek ended up with the loose puck. But Kovalev had the best opportunity. Dominik down on his knees and still managed to get that blocker or his part of his right arm up there to make the save. So Gretzky's on the ice here for this face-off. 25 seconds left in the penalty to Shatan. 1:32 to go in the period.
Rangers keep it in. Finley a shot, deflected, and it comes to the corner. Hook high in the air to center ice. Peca trying to get away. Peca into Ranger territory. Now he's taking time off the clock. Back across ice again. Worked around behind the Ranger net. Peca just failed to steal that away. Rangers will come to Keane at center. Keane to the Buffalo line. He'll tip it off. Came back to Leetch. Took his shot. Hasek makes the save. Buffalo's back at full strength. Long pass at center, and it jumped away from Peca. And if he touches it, he'll be offside. No, he's not. It's kept in there by the Sabres. Stuck back into the corner again. Shatan trying to catch up. Peca! Here's Peca out in front. Shannon took a shot, but dribbled into the corner. Barnaby's got it. Barnaby dealing it back to Shipnick. He drills one. No, deflected just wide by Barnaby. Kept in by Peca again, leaving it for Barnaby. Barnaby back to Shipnick. Took another rip right on rebound. Tipped in front. Waiting for it to get backhand. Another whack at it. Waiting to goal line. It didn't go in. The Sabres are claiming they've scored, but the Rangers and the referee are saying no, sir. However, I'm not so sure it was Richter who made the save in the crease. I think he had a little help from his friends, namely Sundstrom.
Well, there were enough people there, weren't there? My goodness, a crowd in front of the Ranger net. We saw the puck rolling toward the goal line. I saw the left arm of the goaltender come out, and then it was chaos from there on as players are diving and falling around the goal crease area, but no goal. And a face-off with 28.3 seconds remaining in the period. Buffalo with intense pressure. Couple of big stops by Richter. The puck was loose momentarily in front. The Buffalo Sabres signaled a goal. Peca thought it was in, but Richter down on his knees to stop the backhand shot. And that puck was headed into the net, but the left glove of Richter stopped it before it went over the line.
Held in with Shannon. Shannon took his shot, skipped wide of the net. Chopped around behind the goal again. Here's May picking it free in the corner. May. He got bumped off the puck, but he charges after it once more. Stuffed around to Shannon. Shannon holding it in there. Behind on the boards again. It comes free. Primo keeps it in. Now leaving it to Barnaby to May. May back to Shannon. Shannon takes his shot. Richter the save. And Driver fires it down the ice as the period comes to an end. And we have a meeting of the minds in the corner. Whole bunch of folks want to pair off. And the officials are just as determined that pairing off will not be allowed, and I think the officials' mood will prevail.
Well, this second period controlled by Buffalo, even though the shots on goal don't say that. The play and the opportunities do, as Richter was beaten by Derek Plant. The Sabres have tied the score, and they turn in their most impressive 20 minutes of the evening.
And Buffalo is only credited with a total of 8 shots on goal in the period. The Rangers are given 9, but Buffalo certainly putting on the pressure and coming back to tie it up from Gretzky and company.
Back to the Marine Midland Arena. 40 minutes have expired. The Rangers in Buffalo tied 2-2, and Pat LaFontaine with a goal and an assist. Earlier today, Danny Gare sat down with Pat.
Well, here with Pat LaFontaine, and Pat, it must be an emotional evening for you tonight.
Yeah, it's great to be back in Buffalo, and I have tremendous memories, and it seems like a long time ago. It was only 7 weeks. A lot has happened. But it's great to be back, and you know, I'm excited to be playing. I was a little apprehensive. I didn't know, you get on a bus and you're driving on a 33, and my house is back that way, you know. You forget, and you know, like I said, we made some tremendous friendships and over the 6 years, and my family, and we have 2 kids here in Buffalo, and this is a special time in our life. I have fond memories, so I'm excited to be back, and I think it'll be an emotional evening.
Well, it certainly hasn't hurt you being in a Ranger uniform. I mean, you were just saying to me it's only been 7 weeks, but you've certainly made a big impression with the Ranger Hockey Club.
Well, I think, Danny, you knew I just hoped to play hockey, and once I got that confirmation from the doctors, you know, I was thankful that the New York Rangers respected my decision and traded for me. Obviously, you know, we don't have to talk about the situation, but for me, more than anything, I'm enjoying playing hockey again, a sport I love after what I went through last year. And the organization's been first class, the players have been great, and the transition, we really haven't had a whole lot of time, because I think in that period of time we've played 26 games. But you know, I'm enjoying it, and I'm happy to be playing again.
You know, Monday they're naming 6 more players to the Olympic team, and I got to ask you that because I know 15 years ago you played, and I'm sure you'd like to get back and do that again. Your thoughts on that?
Well, when I was making my decision and finding out I could play again, in the back of my mind, you know, people had said, why would you want to play? And outside of enjoying and having that passion to play every day, I thought it would be something special, playing in the Olympics at 18 and then again 15 years later. So yeah, I would love to be a part of that. I think that would be something special, and it'd be a great honor, and I guess I'll find out here on Monday who will be picked.
Well, Patty, you know, we know what you brought to the table here on the ice every night and how you worked with the people in this community, and we appreciate that, and continued success.
Thanks, Danny. Appreciate it.
Pat LaFontaine, one of the most loved athletes to ever play in the city of Buffalo. There's a view of Pat LaFontaine's private suite.
Sabres Hockey is brought to you in part by your local Chevrolet dealers. By the Discover Card, proud partner of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. And by Pepsi, Generation Next.
The Marine Midland Arena in downtown Buffalo. The score tied 2-2. Stats after 40 minutes. Shots 17-12 in favor of the Rangers. They have won 23 face-offs, Buffalo 19, and the scoring chances 11 for New York, 10 for Buffalo. So Brian Leetch trying to find himself, talking to some of the people from New York. They said one of the reasons, of course, is the absence of Mark Messier. Leetch and Messier were usually on the ice together, and of course number 11 is not there for the Rangers this year.
116 is the difference between this year and last, the total.
Wow. That is substantial, and a significant statistic is the Rangers, one of their biggest problems this year has been scoring goals, or one of their big problems.
The plus-minus is not something you can take to the bank. I mean, it does have, it's not infallible as a statistic, but it's about as good as they can come up with. Here's Peca sending it high, and that'll bounce. I thought it hit somebody at the Ranger bench. Apparently not, and Hasek hooked it all the way to center ice. Peca tipping it to Leetch. Feed it ahead. That'll be knocked down and chipped now to Dawes. Smokes one in. Left back behind the net. Peca recovering for Leetch. Tapping it off the boards to Graves, and Adam Graves high in the air to center ice. Picked out of the air. Peca feeding it ahead, deflected in over the line, but the Rangers cleared the zone again. Schmelik turning around, trying to get it to Peca. That jumps right in behind the penalty box as we go down to Danny Gare.
Rick, talking with assistant coach Mike Ramsey, he said they didn't say a lot to their team. They feel they're moving on and moving ahead in that second period, getting the puck to where they want it to hit to the net, but they want to shoot the puck more. Good things happen when they shoot the puck. Back upstairs to you guys.
Yeah, only 12 shots over 2 periods. Wayne Gretzky, as he was saying to Danny Gare, in that after that second intermission, from the Rangers' point of view, they have to start attacking. All they did in that second period was just shoot the puck out of their zone. They seldom even tried to create any offense.
Leetch trying to flip it along the boards. Got it ahead, but not out. Now he's got another try, and he banks one off a pad all the way down to Hasek for Shannon. Gretzky curling around behind the net, trying to chase after Daryl Shannon, who brings it to center with a pass to Audette and over the line. Back pass into the corner it goes. Brown fighting for it, got it around to the other side. Kept in by Audette again. Flipped it in front. It was picked out of the air, wide of the net. And now there's a penalty coming up to Brown. Here's Gretzky hitting the Buffalo line. Left it back there, and the Sabres break it up, but Curtis Brown will go for holding.
Yeah, that happened to the right of the New York Ranger goaltender as Curtis Brown pulled down his check and goes to the box. So an early chance here for the Rangers with 18:44 to go in regulation time. Buffalo had some pressure on, and he took down the Ranger defenseman and pays for it with the penalty. So Buffalo sends out Michael Peca and Dixon Ward.
Doug Lidster was the takedownee.
Colin Campbell has LaFontaine at center with Graves and Sweeney. This has been New York's best line tonight. LaFontaine with a goal and an assist.
2 minutes for holding. Brown. 2 minutes for holding.
They're sliding it back, and Schmelik sends it through and down the ice. Kovalev after it, gunned around by Richter, however. To the other side, LaFontaine tipping it across to Leetch. To Kovalev. Kovalev starts down the wing, hitting the Buffalo line and over. Looking for LaFontaine, and got it back. It's deflected into the corner. Shipman picks it off. Up ahead to Peca. Peca trying to come to center with Ward. Peca into Ranger territory. Peca dumped in front of the net, and Ward didn't see it. It was in his skates. Peca after it again, getting it to Ward. He kicks it to Peca. Peca let it pin it against the boards, but it squirts free, and the Rangers will bring it away. Driver dishing one in. And she comes out to play it around on the glass, and he got it ahead, but not out. And a long shot is kicked down in front of the net. And it's taken away now by Daw. Daw to the Ranger line and over, busting to the outside. Got it around Kovalev. Daw chases after it again. Jason Daw. And a spin it across ice, can't do it. Rangers pick it off, but then it's taken back by Shannon, and Shannon sails one in. 45 seconds left in the Brown penalty. New York coming away again. Pass went all the way to center, and here's Shannon picking it off. Sending it to Holzinger. Holzinger back at center, into his own end to Bultner. And Bultner uses the glass to get it to center, but Driver comes up with the puck. He gets checked, and it's flipped down the ice by Ward. And Buffalo doing a marvelous job so far killing off this penalty. 20 seconds left in it. Rangers coming back again. Got by Sundstrom in over the line. Sundstrom to Gretzky. Gretzky curls to the corner, feeds it in front. It comes all the way back to Driver. He'll hold it in by banging it to Sundstrom around to Gretzky. Gretzky got it out in front. Kept in by New York, back to Driver on the other side. Put back into the corner again, chopped away. Here's Shipnick, Buffalo back at full strength. Peca at center ice. Whips it across ice to Schmelik. Schmelik into Ranger territory. He just dishes it toward the net, and Richter is going to have to hang on as May went to crash the net. 16 and a half minutes left in the third period. Tied to 2.